Good afternoon. It is Lions Talk with Smoke and Jeremy B. Let's roll that beautiful bean footage.
Hey yo, it's time to roar, get loud, let's ignite. Jeremy B in the house, we keeping it tight. Every weekday at 11, we ready to ride. Lions Talk Live, come and join the pride. Waking up early, it's that morning grind. Tune in to the show, leave the troubles behind. Jeremy B's the king, with the voice like thunder. Every word he spits, it's a lyrical wonder. Got the lions around, sharp and fierce. When we hear one pride, you can't help but feel your heart pierce. Talking all the topics, keep it real, keep it raw. With a Lions mentality, we're ready for the roar. One pride, it feels right. Jeremy B bringing the heat, morning light. Every weekday at 11 we taking flight. Lions Talk Alive, yeah, we ready to bite. One pride, hear us loud. Jeremy's in the zone, making us proud.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
What up, though? It is RBF Red, and this is Lions Talk with Smoke and Jeremy B. And it's amazing. Everybody hit that salary cap this week, except for Seth MacLaughlin and Peyton Turner. And lo and behold, we have $24.5 million in 813. But 813 isn't going to do much. Nick, my buddy, how you doing? So that leaves us with about $10 million after you take care of your rookies at the worst case scenario, because that's if we move up into the third round. Right now, as it sits, our 9 picks only cost $12 million this year. That $10 million, though, I doubt we spend much of it, and I'll tell you why. You usually want to keep about $4 million just in case of any of those, God forbid, injury signings. Dwayne, let's go Detroit Lions football. All grit, never back down. I love that stuff. Yeah, it bummed me out too. I miss him. He's been with me since the beginning. He's one of the first, just like Fred is, just like James Burgess is, who I haven't heard from in a while either. I hope he's okay. You know. Yoli! How you doing, love? So everything's going good other than that, but with that 10 million, if they do spend it, you leave about 4 usually. And I would say that means we got 6 million of spending money. Are we going to spend 6 million on one player? Hell, we've only done it once this offseason, and it's not even that bad. So let's get into this. Let's get to the first free agent on the list. Larry Borum is the highest paid free agent at $5 million. It was 2.4 guaranteed. Cade Mays, his cap hit this year is $2,771,000. His dead cap is 15. Christian Isium, $1.955 million. DJ Wanham, $2.96 million. Rock Ya-Sin, $3.2 million. Isaiah Pacheco, 1.8. Malcolm Rodriguez, 1.4 million. Roger McCreary, 1.2. Damone Clark, 1.2. Trevor Nowaski, 1.3. Greg Dortch, 1.21. Miles Adams, 1.1. Peyton Turner, he is on here. They just added him. $1.1 million. Yeah, it's good. I don't think it's been a horrible free agency, Dorn. I disagree. Everybody said, oh, you got 10 holes and only 9 draft picks and no money. You're not going to be able to fill anything. We added 15 players. That are all decent. None of them are great. None of them are flashy. But go look at DJ Wanham's numbers. He's been just as productive. Actually, he's been more productive in his career than AQM has, who's played 4 years longer in the league. AQM wouldn't even have all that. Right. That's the thing. What it is we didn't go out and sign anybody flashy, so everybody says, oh, it's a horrible free agency. And they're not looking at the depth we built. My first three picks, if we move up into the third, in no particular order, offensive tackle, edge, safety. You can't say that. If we just had a free agent that was added to this roster last year that had 11 sacks. David Montgomery came here as a free agent. Was that an awful signing? Khalif Raymond was a free agent when he got here. Was that a bad signing? Has he had some bad moves? Yes. I don't, but I think it will be addressed. I think those are the first three we need. Linebacker is second, compared to all of that. Then linebacker, and this is one of the deepest linebacker drafts we've seen since Urlacher came into the draft. And I'm not just talking about physical specimens. I'm talking about there's a lot of those guys that are a lot like Jack Campbell. They may not be the fastest guy, but they're the computer that can do everything right, that processes what's on the field, a field general. So we got about 6 million left. And the way we're building it, we'll probably get 3 players that are like under 2 million apiece. I don't know if he's done, but we now have 5 in the edge room, 4 at D tackle. Damone Clark is a bigger get than people realize. Yes, he had spinal fusion surgery his sophomore year in the NFL or his second year, but he hasn't had an injury since. That was 2022. Damone Clark was a huge signing. Trevor Nowaski has been making big plays in his rotational part and is only getting better every year. Guys I didn't want gone. Malcolm Rodriguez is solid, just not great. And I think Damone Clark will probably jump him into the depth chart. I went over the depth chart the other day. Let's see if it's still in here. So we got a QB 1 and 2. We got Goff and Bridgewater. We got 4 running backs: Gibbs, Pacheco, Baki, and Sailors. They have to figure out who's going to be the 3. Amon Ra, Jameson Williams, Isaac Tesla, Greg Dortch, Tom Kennedy, and Dominic Lovett are the main wide receivers that I see having a chance. MDE, good to see you, brother. Sam Laporta, who should be back by training camp. Tyler Conklin. I didn't even know we signed anybody yesterday, so we got somebody? Did we sign somebody or did we invite somebody in for an interview? Because I know we had Dan Bailey in for an interview. I didn't even know we signed anybody. Let me see. Yeah. It must have been a depth piece. Because I'm not seeing it. Are you talking about Peyton Turner? Because I talked about that last week. I don't know who you're talking about, RBF. I haven't seen any signings. I agree. Because he's going to be an RB2, not an RB1. And that may, with the limited snaps that he gets, and he usually plays about as many snaps as Monty does every year, except for the 1 year when he was hurt a half season. He's a depth guy. He's a tweener. He can play edge or tackle. He's a guy. I got him behind Tyler Lacey at the moment, unless he. The guy's been hurt a lot. It's just depth. He's a jag, just a guy. It's someone to add depth, someone on the back end of the roster, and you kind of hope he never has to play. And if he does, it's 2 snaps while somebody takes a rest. When he's on the field, he has made some plays, but he's not on the field that much. I'm not excited for that one. That was probably my miss. That and Larry Borum are my 2 most disappointing signings of the season. Larry Borum's a good swing tackle, but he's not a starter, and we damn near gave him tier 4 starter money, and it kind of sucks. It is what it is. I love the fact that we traded for Juice Scruggs, and we got him for $1.58 million his last year of his rookie contract. And if we let him walk, we get a compact in a year after that. We got probably 2 compacts, if not 3, coming from this season with Anzalone and AQM and those guys leaving. For next year's draft, which is supposed to be the better draft. And I honestly don't think this draft is as bad as everyone thinks. It's just awful at quarterback because you got Fernando Mendoza and a bunch of backups. I don't care what anybody says. And I'm not even sold on Mendoza, but he's going to go to a good situation. They're adding to that roster. And I bet you they either go O-line or in wide receiver the rest of the way and then get a couple because they rebuilt that defense. I know if I was them, I'd go O-line the rest of the way, at least for the next 2 rounds. But it's that time of the day where we get to do my buddy MDE's favorite 3 letters. Because when there isn't that much news out there, what do? You mock draft. That's how you fill the void. All right, and away we go. Oh, I must not have changed it too fast. We're going to have a long draft today, boys. Monroe Freeland going to the Browns. That's a good pickup for him, but I don't know if they're that smart. Wow, Caleb Downs is here. Look at who's on the board. 6'2" and 263. Caleb Downs. Denzel Boston. And Max Ahinacor. Wow. And safety's a need, edge is a need. I think I'm gonna go off the script here. I'm taking Ruben Bain. If he falls this far, that's a no-brainer. That was a very unrealistic first round. Ruben Bain falling to 17. Yes, please. He's usually 3rd or 4th off the board. Wow. Yeah, you're absolutely right, MDE, because guess what? They said the same thing about Hutchinson coming out of college. Oh my goodness. We're almost there. God, I wish I could pause it and change the speed. That would be nice. Yeah, I'm not making any trades right now. Because now we should go offensive tackle. And if Drew Shelton's here, Caden Proctor's still here. I'm taking Proctor. Proctor at 50. No trades. And we got Ruben Bain and Caden Proctor in the 2nd round. I know. And everybody's going to see that there's no trades because there's no little blue circle. Ruben Bain and Proctor back to back. Come on. The only one you could argue between Bain was at that pick really was Caleb Downs. If you could have went either way and you would not have a bad pick. All right. Tacario Davis. Cornerback's a need. I know safety's a need. VJ Payne is one that I've talked about. Big kid out of Kansas State, 6'3", 206 pounds, a little light. He needs to put about 10 pounds more on him, but that isn't hard to do. You can do that in no time. Who would you take here? Would you go with one of the fastest guys we ever seen in Tacario Davis or VJ Payne? I think the safety's the bigger need there. Let me see who's that linebacker. We got Scooby Williams, Aiden Fisher. But look, we might be able to get any one of these guys later because there's also Lander Barton, Alhenneke, Kendall Daniels is there. I think I'm going VJ Payne. I think that's the right way to go. It's the bigger need. And then you can focus on the rest of it. Now, this is where it gets fun because I might do this trade. That's 31 in the next in this round, which is the fourth, and then 31 in the sixth. Who are they after? Let's look. I'm taking the trade. They took Aiden Fisher. I'm okay with that because the guy I wanted debated on is still here, and he's the best guy on the board. Boom. Other than that, there is not a lot going on. My schedule changed, so I will be going live at noon tomorrow, as all. All right, we already got a. Ooh, there was somebody else that I like better at that position, but we really need a linebacker, and this is where we should go. And the highest RAS linebacker other than Sonny Styles, 85.7 PFSN linebacker impact score was the fourth highest in FBS. Out of TCU, the kid had a great year, so we could get our speedster, somebody that can play off ball and outside at the same time. He's more of that tweener type of guy. I can't pass on that. The guy that had the absolute worst combine had to be Tim Keenan the third. That guy, it was brutal how bad it was. DeMonte Capehart, he had a damn good draft and looked smooth as heck. But I kind of want to back up that linebacker room, and I know who I want because he also played safety. Give me that guy. There went Pat Coogan. Hey, that's actually a good pick in the sixth round for the old aggressive aquatic sea mammals. They're not overly aggressive. They're just, yes, I got cheetah. Now here is where it gets interesting. Hibner's here. He had a 975. Daniel Colzio. There's a guy named Dan. That ain't him. That ain't the guy we brought in. Dan Bailey. He already went. I think I'd go Koziol here. Let's see. No, 6'4", 251. 6'6", 247. Yeah. I don't think it's as much of a need after signing Conklin. That's why I don't mind doing it here. And then we got back-to-back picks. This is where we can have some fun. Tariq Sapp. Deshaun Singleton. And I think that pretty much sets us except for one position. I still think we need a QB3. I want somebody I can train. And there he is. I think we're fine at defensive tackle depth, because if you want to really make it so Patrick Turner barely sees the field, that's what I would do, is I would move Patrick Turner to the defensive tackle room, because he's built a lot like Levi Amuzariki, who's also been injured. You're talking about those guys as your 4 and 5 that'll barely see the field. There it is. Okay, so let's remove that. So it stops running so slow. Let's go download that beautiful draft. I love this draft. This by far has been, just because of what we got and where we got it, has been one of my favorite drafts to do, because I can't believe it fell the way it did. And that's insane. Insane value here. So there we go. Ruben Bain, Caden Proctor, VJ Payne, Dekario Davis. We took care of the front four, the trenches right off the rip, then the secondary, and then I went back-to-back linebackers, and the one linebacker can play safety too. Picked up a tight end, picked up another edge, another safety, and our QB3. What do you think? I traded away one pick to get 131 and 212. Ruben Bain at 17 blew my mind. I was like, yes, please, let that happen. And as I explained yesterday, this is why we have all the cap room. 6 players for what Monty would have made this year. That's $8 million, 0.25. You're saying you'd be happier than good old Hugh. Oh, man. Oh, that one hurt. Oh, that got me. So there we go. I think by far that was the best results of a mock draft, with doing one trade, and where we usually trade. Think about that. We usually do trade back or forward in the middle of the 4th round for some reason. We don't do a lot usually day 1 and day 2. When he does make moves, they're big moves. Last year was the first time we gave up 3/3 for a third, but you were also talking about moving from just outside of the conference champion pick all the way up to 70 at that point, which was the 6th pick that round. A lot of people don't think about that. It depends on how far you're moving up and who you're outbidding. And we had to outbid the Rams. And if the Rams didn't make that trade and the Lions didn't make that trade, I heard that either the Bills or the Saints were taking them in the next pick. So we had to do that to move up. God, I'd be happier than that fat kid that's not picky at the Golden Corral is what I would be. Y'all heard that, right? Y'all heard that song? That's my favorite country song I ever wrote. Let's listen to it.
Sitting at the diner, looking at the menu, just like a fat kid at a buffet, knowing what I want to do. I need a little sweetness, but I like my spice. Like a plate full of options, but I gotta be precise. I'm a connoisseur of love, every choice I take, gotta have that flavor, can't afford a mistake. As picky as a fat kid is a golden career. I'm searching for a treasure, not just any pound. Give me that love that's rich and sincere. A sweet, sweet deal, one I could hold near. She's gotta have a smile that lights the room, and a laugh like a melody, sweet as a bloom. Her heart's gotta be golden like the best dessert. Got my eyes on the prize, no room for the hurt. Yeah, I'm choosy, babe, don't you see? Just like dessert, I want a taste that's free. As picky as a fat kid in a golden corral, I'm searching for a treasure, not just any pile. Give me that love that's rich and sincere, a sweet, sweet deal, one I could hold near. So here's to waiting for that perfect catch. As picky as I am, ain't no reason to scratch.
There you go. There's your country song of the day. I like my theme song that I wrote for KCB Sports. The video is being made, so that's going to be coming soon as your intro. And if you don't remember what that one is,
SJB Sports, where warriors play. Detroit pride fueling every day.
Hey, Megan.
Victory roars, hear the fans unite. All sports, all the time. We ignite. From Ford Field's glory to Little Caesar's thrill. We're united in passion, it's our dream to fulfill. Cross the ice and the court, the triumph shine. KCB Sports Network, where legends combine. So cheer for our teams, let the stories unfold. With grit and determination, watch the magic unfold.
Yeah. That's being made into an intro now, Megan. So there we go. It's another episode done. This was the latest mock draft. Megan, you'll be shocked. Look what fell to us. We got Reuben Bain, Caden Proctor at 50, VJ Payne, the safety out of Kansas State, Sicario Davis, the big corner I wanted, Caleb Alarmsor, one of the fastest of the linebackers out there, Kendall Daniels, Tanner Koziol, Tariq Sapp, Deshaun Singleton, and Jack Strand. That was a great draft. But that has been another episode of Lions Talk with Smoke and Jeremy B on the KCB Sports Network. Everybody have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow at noon.
Turn it up, it's that time again. Jeremy B. Lines, he's your best friend. Every weekday, Evan, you know the vibe. He's shouting one ride with that rockin' drive. Rolling up the scene, light up that fire. Jeremy's in the booth, taking us higher. With a grin and a laugh, he's got the crowd in a blaze. Smoking out the haters in a rock star haze. The stories that inspire and riffs that will ignite. When one pride echoes, everything feels right. Jeremy B. live every day at 11. Yelling one B ride like we're in rock heaven.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.